Good morning, sunshines. I am finally giving you what you have been asking for literally months, and that is a tutorial on how to create the morning sunshine. Thank you, Nifty. The morning sunshine top that I designed. I love this top. It's super comfy. And today actually it's going to be two videos. This is part one. We are going to be creating this beautiful top together. Um, I am super, super excited. So, my brain just went completely blank. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit different of a video. So, you get pretty much the uncut version. Um, because you are my members, you get everything first. And I'm doing a little bit of a test, I guess you could say. So, I'm giving you basically the uncut version. You get to see all of my mistakes, my thought patterns, everything like that. And I do make several mistakes, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But this first video is going to go over making both of the panels and also the front. So the panels run from where, don't judge me. I'm yarned up today. I'm yarned up today. It goes up and around. So we're actually working one side and the other rather than front and back. We're working side to side. Don't judge me. Work with the flow, trust the process. I promise it really truly does work. So rather than being raglan or top down, again, we'll work this side and then we'll work this side and then we'll put them together and do the edging tomorrow or in the next video. It's fine. We're fine. It's all fine. It's fine. So here in a minute, I'm going to go over all of the materials that you're going to need, what yarn I'm using, hook size, all of that. But I wanted to give you a heads up on how things are going to work because I want to be able to provide the best tutorials that I possibly can. So although there will be some edits before you see this, it's definitely not a complete finished project that I would post on the actual channel for the public. And the reason for that is that I need your assistance. I need you to let me know in the comments if there is anything at all that I can do to improve, if I need to cut in and explain certain things a little bit better, or if I feel a little bit redundant, let me know. Let me know. I've tried to make it as succinct and I guess you could say, I don't know, short and sweet as possible because tutorials are difficult. Nobody wants to sit and watch an hour and a half long video. Um, so you may need to stop or pause the video while you make the thing, and that's fine. I expect that. You may need to back up, fast forward, whatever. I'm gonna make sure that the timestamps are really clear in the description before I upload it so that you can use those timestamps as well to get where you need to go. Again, I want to thank y'all for supporting this channel and let you know how much you really do mean to me. So don't forget to leave in the comments if you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, because eventually I am going to edit it for the public, but this right now, is just for you. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do without you. So let's hop in, shall we? Alrighty then. Okay, so before we hop into the actual tutorial, there's a few things that you need to that you need to know. There's a few things that you need to know, and that is which measurements that you need to take, and when they're going to be applicable. Now, my room is a disaster. It's fine. We're fine. I don't have my water in here with me because I just came in to record this. It's fine. Anyway, so there's two major, I guess you could say, measurements that you need, and that is from front all the way over to back and from here to here. Okay, so let me show you. Um, Now we're working. Don't mind my belly. Don't mind my belly. I don't know how to take the blur off, so I apologize. But I want my top to end right here. I like it to go below my poopa. Okay, my little belly, my little pudge. I want it to end right here. So what I'm gonna do is take that measuring tape and then hold it right here. Okay, and then come back here. And right here, that will give me how many inches that I need to make the original chain. Now I am writing this down. I've got most of the pattern written down, so you will be getting a copy of that as well. But just for this particular video, the gauge is 14 double crochets and 7 rows equals 4 inches. So I'm using a 4 weight yarn. It's actually the Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. It's super pretty. You'll see in just a minute, but with a 5.5 millimeter hook, 5.5 millimeter hook. So that'll let you know how many stitches ish. You're also going to need to know, so I like my shirt to come, my sleeves to come here. So anyway, from there, good grief. And then if you're measuring yourself, just put it where you want, go like that until you can actually reach it, and then go back over to where you want it to go. Okay. And that's how you get the length of from here to here. It's Let's hop into the tutorial. I'm going to give you all the materials and everything that you need to know. Again, I know I've already said this before and I know it's redundant, but I really do need your help. So do not hesitate to put in the comments anything that I need to fix, anything that I need to explain better, certain aspects that I'm doing well. Just please, your feedback is absolutely amazing to me. So let's hop on over and get her done. Okay, so today we are going to be working with Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. This is the colorway Balance. It asks for, I can't see, we're using a 5.5 millimeter hook today. I've got 4 of these balls. There's 344 yards, 315 meters. It is 150 grams, so it's kind of sturdy. It's so squishy. The cake is kind of firm, I guess you can say, but we're using Balance. It's got these beautiful colors, and I think this is going to look great. So I've got 4 of these that we're going to be working with today. You're also going to need a measuring tape. I've got my handy dandy little pig. So we're going to need a measuring tape, several stitch markers. Just have a few handy. You're going to need them. And a darning needle and some scissors. So let's hop in. All right, so we are going to chain however many we need, depending on the length that you decided you needed yours to be, going front to back up over the shoulder. In my case, I need 182. Now, to keep things straight, I like to stitch mark the 50th chain, and because I've got 182, that's a lot. So that's why I said we need a lot of stitch markers. Now I've got 51. Oh, wait. Don't judge me. It's fine. We're fine. It's all fine. Okay, we've got 51. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up through. Now, because this pattern requires multiples of 3, I need to add another 3 so that I have a total of 183 stitches throughout the entire pattern. So I'm going to do 182 and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, 81, 82. Now I'm going to add 3. And this 3 is going to be the very first double crochet. So I like to work for this pattern into the back. So we're going to skip these 3, and into the 4th right here, we're going to put a double crochet for the next row. Ooh. Okay, so there's our first double, our second double, and we're just going to do this all the way across. We're going to double crochet into the back bump of every chain from the starting chain. So I should end up with 183 double crochets. The first row is pretty simple. Now I like doing this because it gives a very nice finish on the bottom. We're going to need that because we're going to sew these edges together, and this makes it so much easier to seamlessly put them together. So go ahead and do the double crochet all the way across, and I will meet you at the end. Okay. Now for row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And in this very first stitch, this doesn't count as anything. We're going to put a double crochet. And don't think I'm crazy because it's only a chain 1. You'll see what I mean when we come back around. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and put a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Chain 1, skip 1, and in the next 2 stitches, we'll do a double crochet. And that's how we're going to repeat this row. Chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet. Oh, okay, Marty. Chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet. Oh, I'm getting caught. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. There's our second. Chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet. So go ahead and complete this row all the way across. Chain 1, skip 1, and I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so we are at the end of the row. I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, skip this one, and then in the top of this chain 3, which does count as a single crochet, I'm going to place into the chain, not around it, but into the chain. I'm going to place my last double crochet for this round. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And again, into this very first, we're going to put a double crochet. Come on, Marty. Again, don't think I'm crazy. This does not count as a chain or as a double crochet. So we're going to, into that chain space, double crochet, and we're going to put a double at the top of every double from the row below. One in the chain space and one in each of the doubles from the row below. And that's how we're going to do this row. One in each chain space, one in each double. So at the end of this row, you'll have a total of, you should have the same amount of double crochets as you do in the first row. So for me, I had 183 double crochets in row 1, and in row 3, you should have 183 if you're making the same size that I am. So go ahead and finish this row, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so here I am at the end. I've got one chain space left, and right here, I told you this one single crochet, or I'm sorry, one chain space. We're just going to go ahead and pop a double right there. So we've got the 3 rows done, and this is our 3-row repeat. So we're just going to continue repeating these 3 rows however long that we need it. I know for me, based on my measurements, I'm going to need 12 rows total. So 4 repeats. I'm going to go ahead and finish that. So your next row is going to be a row of doubles. Then we're going to do row 2 and then again row 3. So you're always going to have 2 rows of double crochets in between each of the window rows. So go ahead and keep going, and I will meet you back when I have reached the end of my last row. Okay, so as I was putting the video together, I realized I never did tell you how to know how many rows to make. So it's actually, you want to put it wherever you want your sleeve to end. I want it to be kind of like that, right? So just like a little cap. So wherever you want the sleeve to end until mid shoulder, okay? In between the hump and your neck. Because we're also going to be doing a edging right here and right here. So wherever you want this to go to end to midway in your neck, because that way, with the edging, it won't be too much or too less. Do you see what I'm saying? I would even, in all honesty, sorry, I would even put it up a little bit. So say I want it right here, give yourself about, I'd say maybe an inch-ish. So that's why, or how you can determine how many rows you're going to need. Just make sure that on the inside, right, that you always end with 2 double crochets. So you're going to have one row of double crochet on one side. That's going to be the side that goes here along this. But make sure you end with 2 rows of double crochets on towards the inside. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we need. Okay. So we have our panel, our first panel, and we need 2 of these. So I ended up doing a total of 13 rows. I thought I needed 12, but I went ahead and did an extra row. So on this side, we've got the window row right here, and then 2 rows of double crochet. Now, what I did was go through, edit that part out. I went through, you fold it in half, okay? Fold it in half. And you're going to mark the very top, the center, because where one side is the front and one side is the back, we need to know where the exact center is. So what I did was just, I happen to have a double crochet in the very center. Okay. So rather than putting it right there at the edge, I just put it around the actual post. So you're going to do that for both sides. Okay. Go ahead and do the other side. Got me a handy dandy thing here. Okay. Now this is going to help us determine where we want the beginning to be. Okay. So what we're going to do is throw this bad boy right over our shoulder, making sure that the stitch marker is at the top. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's fine. We're fine. Okay. So we want the stitch marker to be at the top of your shoulder, neck, shoulder, shoulder. And then we're going to come down. See, this is going to be a scoop neck, I guess you could say, rounded. So we need to know where to start it. I know I want it to come to about here, but we need to start it up here. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and mark that stitch. Right like that. Okay. So we've got the back right here, and this is where it's going to start. Now we can take this off on this side, and we're going to move it 2 stitches towards the back. So 1, 2, and then we'll mark the stitch here. Okay. So another important thing to note is that where you ended that last row, that's where you're going to start the front. So we're going to start the front going from here, and we're going to work all the way to this first, yes, stitch marker. Good grief. And then we're going to turn around and go back, okay? Because what we're doing, and this is just a rough estimate, okay? We're going to be working rows in because this is going to meet here. I got it all twisted. This is going to meet here. Now we do still have some things to do on this side. We're not going to worry about the side right now. Right now, we're just going to worry about the front. So we need to work in towards the center, and then we will be matching, bringing both sides together in the center. So we need to come down like this. All right. Now we need to follow the same pattern as we were before. So starting with, good grief, I've got everything everywhere. Starting with right here, we're going to work up, and this is where we start the very front. Okay, so we are going to start the front of one panel. It doesn't matter which side you start with, because it's going to be pretty much the same for both. So you're going to chain one, and we're going to go ahead and follow the pattern that we've got going on. So we've got the two rows of doubles, then a window row, 2 rows of doubles. So this one we're going to start with is going to be a window row. So we're just going to double in that very first, chain 1, skip 1, and then we're going to do 2 doubles. Oh, chain 1, skip 1, 2 double, chain 1, skip 1, 2 double. Now we're not going to go all the way around like we did before, because as you see, we've got, this is where we are starting. This is the one that marks the middle of your shoulder, and we moved it 2 single crochets back. But then we've also got this one. We're going to be doing this window row all the way through till we get up here. This is as far as we're going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to meet you right here doing the same thing. 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochet. So go ahead and work through that, and I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so we're back here at the end. This is where I need to stop. So I've done the skip 1. I've got 1, 2, chain 1, skip 1. And I think for this, we're going to go ahead and do exactly that. Okay, so this is where we're going to stop, chain 1, we're going to turn our work, and we're going to follow with the pattern doing double crochets. However, we want to, instead of chaining 1, chain 3. Let me go back and do that again. It's fine. You have to edit that out. Okay, so for the second row on the front side, we're going to chain 3. Now we want to angle this in, okay? So we want to skip these 2, and right into here, we want to do a double crochet. Okay, see, it's angling. And then we're going to double in each of the doubles from the row below, and then double in each chain space. And we're going to do that throughout the rest of this row, just like we did before. Double in each chain space and double in each double. It's just a double-de-double row. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so this is the last double crochet for this row. Now on this one, we're going to do just like we did in the previous rows. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to put a double crochet in each chain all the way across until we get to this right here. Now, we did decrease in this row. We're going in the row that we just finished. We're also going to decrease in the row that we're doing now. So let's go ahead and, ooh, come on, Marty. Do a double crochet in this very first stitch. And then we're going to double crochet in each of the stitches across. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this. You can work on this row on your end, and I will meet you as I get closer to the end of this row. Okay, so I'm back here at towards the end of this row. I'm just gonna catch on up here. Now, I do want to say, and I should have mentioned it before, on the window rows, we will not be decreasing on the window rows. We will be decreasing on each of the double crochet rows. Okay, so we actually skipped one. So on this, we're going to skip one as well. So we're going to double crochet there. Now, instead of putting a double crochet in this, we're going to skip that. We're going to go right here into this first double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet there. No, we're not. We're going to go into the third chain, and double crochet. Then we're going to chain one, turn our work. Oh, sorry, y'all. It's big and bulky. I'm not used to using the camera when I do big and bulky work. So we're going to double crochet in this. Now, as you can see, that puts us right here, if you follow that down, with this one right here. So we want to keep these as even as possible. So we skipped this here. We skipped this here. So there's our first double, our second double, then we're going to chain one, skip one. Now, if you're making different sizes, your stitch count is going to be completely different. The most important thing is on this row, when we start the front, make sure you end with 2 double crochet. And then you can just angle it down until we get to this right here. Do you see how it's lining up? And that's exactly what we want. So go ahead and chain one, skip one, 2 double crochet, and that's going to be our repeat for this row. Just skip one. My brain just glitched. It's fine. We're fine. All right, go ahead and do your thing. I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so here I am at the end of this row. I find myself making a lot of mistakes. I think I probably should go get something to eat. I don't know. Food does the body good. Skip 2 or skip 1, and then we're going to do 2. Now, let me show you what I've got going on here. This is all the yarn that I have left in this particular skein, ball, cake, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to tie this off so that I can do this next row. What I'm going to do is just, no, actually, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the next ball right here, just intersecting it right here. Give me just 1 minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do, rather than tie it off, because I really don't want to sew in, well, I guess I have to sew in the ends anyway. It's fine. We're fine. I'm just going to change colors. So I've got this. I've got my next one right here. I'm just going to finish that off and chain one. And then poof, there we go. And then I'm going to turn and do a double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So, oh, wait. Yeah. Hold on. No. I'm going to have to edit this part out too because my brain ain't right. How did I end up? Oh, I'm not. I messed up somewhere. Looky there. I didn't skip one. I chained one, but I didn't skip one. So now I got to go all the way back and do it all over again because I am so stinking cool like that. All right. Told you I've been making mistakes. All right. I'll meet you down at the other end once I'm through fixing my mistake. I will switch colors and I will meet you then. Okay, here I am back at the end. I skip one. I've already chained one, skip one, and then we do a double right here. Now, normally I would change color here, but I'm not going to this time. I'm just going to finish that. I'm going to grab this other color. Where am I? Grab this other color. I'm going to pull it through and then, come on, Marty, pull that down. Then I'm going to chain one, turn. Ow, Marty, good grief. And then I'm going to go ahead I'm going to pick up the color that I just started with and kind of go over that. Just for a couple of stitches, just to secure it a little bit. And then we can pull this down tight so that it works. All right. Now we're going to double crochet just like before in each chain space and double in each double all the way across this row. Now, we didn't, let me go ahead and clip that because I don't need it to be that long. It'll weigh me down. Not sharp scissors, don't judge. I need new. Well, my good scissors are actually out in the living room, but that's beside the point. All right, so go ahead and double in each double and double in each chain, and I will meet you towards the end. Okay, so here we are at the end of this row, and if you look right here, this was our first double crochet row when we started the front, and we skipped this double crochet. So we're going to skip this one. So we're going to go ahead and put a double in here. Oh, we're going to put a double in here. And then we're going to completely skip this one, and we're just going to work a double crochet into the top of this double crochet. So although we didn't, I guess you could say, decrease in this row, we did decrease in this row. So we're just going to chain one and turn again. Oh, I'm sorry, chain three. Oh, good grief. Chain three, 2, 3. And we're going to, this counts as this double crochet. We're going to skip this one, and into this, we're going to double. Oh, boy, I am just really having a difficult time here. And then we're going to double all the way to the end of the row. And I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so here we are at the end of this row. I'm going to do my last right here. Chain one and turn. Now, we're going to do one more set on here. So this is going to be our window pane row. So we're going to do the window panes all the way down. We do not decrease on the window panes, but we're going to decrease for each of the double crochet rows after that. So we'll have a total of, this was our first row right here. 1, 2, and then, hold on. Okay, so after having reviewed, each side is going to be a little bit different. So this side of my top. This is the front that we're working on. We've got 1, 2, 3 rows or 3 sets of this repeat. We're going to leave that here for one side. The next side, we're going to do exactly the same thing, but we're going to add another row of this. Does that make sense? So we're going to have a total, once we put it all together, we're going to have a total of 7 of these window pane rows across the front. So this is 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and do my window pane row right here, and then we're going to stop. So 1, and then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and then 2. Oh, sorry, double crochet. I keep forgetting where the camera is. My bad. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then 2. Go ahead and repeat this for your very first side. We've got 2 sides to this top, and each side is going to be just a smidgen different. The only difference is going to be the second row, the second side that you do is not going to have this row. You're going to end with the 2 double crochet rows, not this one. So go ahead and finish this row. I will meet you at the end and we can finish up the side. Okay, so I went ahead and finished both panels. One thing I did want to talk to you about, though, that I didn't think to mention earlier in the video is that depending on your size and what size you want, you may have more or less rows in the front than I do. So for instance, I actually had to go back and add a couple of rows. So let's just flop this bad boy right on over here. Okay. So I ended up adding, when we stopped, I was right here. I added this, and what I did was add another 2 rows of straight double crochets and then a row of window panes. Now that window pane is going to be right smack dab in the middle right here. Come on now. Right in the middle. And then on the other side, I did not do the window pane. I just did the 2 rows of doubles. So let me get this over like this. So when we're done, and we're actually going to do the sides and the back before we stitch everything up. So when we're done, it's going to look something like this. Okay. Now that allows this to be right here on the side where it's supposed to be. So we're going to need to do the back. We're going to need to fill in like we did the front, and then we're going to need to work on the sides a little bit, but we are going to do that in the next video. I am super excited that you've joined me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Let me know in the comments below if there is anything that you don't understand, if any of the instructions are unclear. I just want to make the best, I guess, attempt. I want to be able to provide you with the best tutorial possible. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please, please, please let me know in the comments below and let's get that taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and end for the night, and we are going to finish this next section. The next video is going to be the back portions of the top, the side, sewing it up, and the edging. So we're going to finish this up in the next video. I can't wait to see you then. Bye now.